Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. We are going to be talking about the spring wheat crop and how absolutely devastating it is right now and how people are not paying attention to the facts. Without further ado, let's do this. Okay everybody, thank you so much for being here. First I want to say, if you don't mind, if you've been watching this content, you do enjoy it, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button and the thumbs up button on this video, it would really help me out. I've got a goal. I want to get this info out to as many people as possible and not stutter while I'm saying that. Look, these aren't good. This isn't good news. And the sad thing is I'm bringing you news before it hits the mainstream, okay? Because I search the small publications where the real reporting's being done, and then the big boys essentially steal it, rip it up, shred it, and then go sell it. And it's a bummer, but that's just how it works. So a lot of people, when I bring them information, they say, no, that's not it. That's not true. I say, oh, this is going to be a shortage. No, it's in my store. All right, don't worry, just give it a few days or give it a few weeks. You know, maybe sometimes it takes a couple months, but it gets there. So right now, this is out of agweb.com. I'm going to put the link below. It says the U.S. spring wheat crop conditions rated the worst since 1988, okay? Now, first off, this has to do with drought, extreme heat, and a lot of people will say, and I've seen it before in the comments where people go, no, that's just over there in the U.S. It's not the whole nation. I said, actually, the whole nation's suffering all kinds of different issues right now, weather-wise. And they say, well, the farm down the street, it looks fine by me. And they just have no clue of what's going on. Or people will say, well, there's drought every year or there's heat waves every year. This is nothing new. And I said, well, when you start seeing things like this in the title, when they start telling you this hasn't been this way since 1993 or 1988 or the late 70s, you need to wake up, because there's a lot of data that's compiled throughout the country on production rates, the quality of food, things like that, of crops. All right, it says the USDA's latest crop progress report shows that only 9% of the spring wheat crop across the country is rated good to excellent. All right, so let that sink in, only 9%. It says of the spring wheat crop across the country is rated good to excellent, 66% is rated poor to very poor, with conditions continuing to deteriorate. USDA meteorologist Brad Rippey says you have to go back to 1988 to find a spring wheat crop rated this poor. It says now, meanwhile, the corn crop dropped 1 point in a week, now at 64% good to excellent nationally, and soybeans slipped 2 points, falling to 58% good to excellent across the country. It says here, with the dry weather in the Midwest and disappearing moisture supplies in the upper Midwest, we saw a 2 point decline in the good to excellent ratings, down to 58%, said Rippey. That's, of course, below last week's 60% and now 12% very poor to poor. Now, let me paraphrase that. So we're not done with this yet. Like he said, he goes, you know, we saw a 2 point decline, but that's 2 points based off of last week, you know, it dropping since last week. So we're still dropping because we haven't been able to, harvest everything yet. It's not time in certain crops to harvest. So they're literally watching things dying on the vine right in front of us. Like I told you about what I witnessed in Washington when it was 115 degrees. That was absolutely devastating the crops. And it's funny because it was in the news for a little bit and like, oh, look at the crop report. It just came out. I'm like, no, people, the crop report that just came out in June, in July, but in the beginning of July, and it had to do with the past. I'm telling you right now, something really bad just happened and everything's dying. So now a lot of you go, okay, what do we do? This is always doom and gloom. If you don't like doom and gloom, you need to leave the channel. All I'm doing is telling you the facts. There are a lot of people that just want their ears tickled and they just want to be told make-believe things. They want to live in a fairyland. That's not the people that subscribe to this channel. So what you need to do is you need to look at storable food. I'm not joking. Like, honestly, don't think that you need to get into like the Army buckets and the MREs. You can if you want, but just think a little logically. It's like, why wouldn't you want to store some whole grain pasta or some, canned foods that you would normally eat anyway, right? But just stack up a month or two, maybe 3 months, because I know a lot of people don't have a lot of space. And then knowing you're going to eat it anyway. So you just keep going to store up the food. You go to the store and you keep shopping as normal. But then when things get totally out of control, or you have shortages, so you either have super high prices or you have shortages, well, then you just eat your own food. And you just, maybe like I've been doing lately, I'm just separating out my meals a little bit longer and just do it that way. And the honest truth is that when you do that kind of stuff, you aren't stressed out during crazy, chaotic times. And I'm telling you, I truly believe that really chaotic times are coming in this country and around the world, for that matter. As a matter of fact, look at our friends, the subscribers in the EU. Please drop comments. And there's riots going on right now, and we're about to see things similar, I have a feeling, because they're wanting to push a narrative just like the EU's doing. And so it's probably good to be ready, you guys. You know, the Economic Ninja channel is about building up a people that are prepared. They're not scared. It's more than a catchphrase. It's reality. And then we're gonna go and crush it. We're gonna thrive in this world. Honestly, I'm not even joking. I want to see this group get larger and stronger and smarter than they were yesterday. That's all we're asking. Just every day, we're learning something new. All right, guys, I hope you got something out of this. Again, thank you if you hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. It really helps me out. With that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.